which ascended masters would be the best to call upon for this? Okay, so we've got Isis, magic manifesting. Your dreams, visions, and goals are becoming a reality. Stay focused. Okay. Any other ascended masters that will be able to help the collective stay empowered? And that makes sense that Isis is here. For whoever is tuning into this message, I mean, if if you're not dealing with a mature man, this may be a mature woman, but no other people came out other than identifiers. So I'm assuming that whoever's tuning into this has to do with a man, which makes sense that Isis, super powerful Isis, goddess Isis comes out, right? So, the divine director, intervention and purpose. Divine intervention is occurring. Know that you are being guided. Happiness is your purpose. Again, that's coming down to this staying aligned, staying virtuous with your heart. Based on whatever information is going to come through, this may actually cause some more conflict for you internally. And so it's super important for you to remain balanced at this time instead of acting out of anger, which I keep being drawn back to these flames. Whatever messages or information that you're about to receive or that you're going to receive um, may lead you to want to act out of a place of woundedness or out of anger. And this is really important for you to stay aligned, to really stand still if you need to, right? But to slow it down and to ensure that you have firm boundaries with yourself in what you're willing to give your energy to. And the divine director is really saying, like, intervention. This is a spiritual intervention that's going on right now and will continue to go on. So, spirit is acting in your behalf. The divine director is the director of all of the archangels. So that's a pretty high title, a high position as well, right? And so this intervention is happening for you on your behalf, but it's going to require you to remain in a position of virtue and integrity as you move through this. And that does not mean that you cannot feel your feelings, but feel your feelings, process them, don't send negativity or do negative things to others while you're dealing with your emotions. And then don't stay in those emotions for a long period of time as they come up. Deal with them, feel them, move through them, process them, do any subsequent shadow work you might need to do, and then move on into the direction of what you want to create, because that's releasing negative energy from you. That's releasing resistance. That's releasing blocks. And that helps you to heal and focus, train your focus. So, training your focus onto what it is that you wish to create, right? Rather than staying in these lower vibrational feelings. And this ties in together because you have, with this process that you do have to go through, it's like an initiation to some degree. This is a period before a manifestation is about to come forward in your life. And so you have to go through this within that integrity, within that virtue. You have to go through this while remaining balanced and making clear decisions. Sometimes they may need to be head over heart decisions, right? But making clear decisions that are fair because this difficult challenge or period that you might find yourself in right now or about to go into is a part of the manifestation. So, with manifesting, most people don't realize that anytime you want to bring in a really big manifestation or a manifestation, generally it comes with negative things because these are blocks that are in your way. These are blocks that are preventing you from this manifestation fully transpiring. And so they're coming up so that you can remove or eliminate the blocks. And in this case, this is a person or a situation that's causing conflict. And this is also around your own ability to open yourself up to receive, allow yourself to be intimate or to trust or to love, or allow those walls to come down when it's appropriate with the right things. Or this is a test of your ability to stay grounded, to stay firm in your boundaries and your expectations and self-respect, right? It's a combination of a lot of different things, but in order for the manifestations to come forward, we do generally go through something that is perceived to be negative or difficult or challenging. We humans give words, so many different words to our experiences here. And so often people have this misunderstanding that manifestation should just like come in without, you know, any issues and it should all be good. But until we've cleared much of our blocks, that doesn't happen. So the more blocks we clear, the faster the manifestations come in, right? But in the first, I don't know, it depends on how deep you get into this, but for the first while, as you are doing this, blocks are going to come up. And this is like a block or a challenge or some aspect of you that is needing to be looked at and released in order for you to bring in the manifestation, right? So calling on Isis right now is really going to help you to not only stand in your feminine power if you are female, but to stand in self-empowerment, right? Self-awareness, self-respect, self-trust, all of those really um, divine feminine qualities that need to be brought in and harnessed to be the divine feminine. So, and on not only that, she'll help to reduce any of the blockages with regards to intimacy, um, with regards to resistance to receiving, I heard, because this is the majority of this is about your ability to receive, which is also causing conflict. And so if you're not open enough to receive, or maybe you even find it difficult to receive a compliment, right? This tells you where you're at with receiving. Um, and if you're not able to receive, then that's going to make it really difficult for this manifestation to come through, for the truth to be revealed, or for this conflict to be resolved. And you've been wanting this conflict or this situation to come forward, to come to a head so that it can be properly dealt with and ended. And it's important for you to also, you know, step into it and be assured of yourself while you do that. So calling on Isis is really going to help you to do that at this time. And then the divine director is really stepping forward to help you, the collective, you, the viewer, at this time with this intervention, because there is some aspect of something being stolen or hidden or truth not being brought to the surface or to people's awareness. So there is information or a situation, or perhaps it's finances or resources, or there's something that has been taken from you that is coming back to you, and the divine director stepping forward to work with you specifically so that you can regain these aspects of yourself. So if you're feeling shaky in any part of your life where you're not feeling super strong or super confident, or maybe having a hard time asserting your boundaries or letting your guard down or being, vulnerable or staying in alignment or staying grounded, this is something that you're going to ask the divine director to help you with, to really bring forth the truth of the situation, of the matter, right? And to help you stay aligned with your virtues, because, the angelic realm really works with love, with support, with virtue, with integrity, with honesty, respect, the highest degrees of, human consciousness that exists and beyond, because we can only perceive so much as human beings. We are limited. So, these are the qualities that you want to ask the divine director to help you with, and to bring awareness and the highest degree of truth forward for you at this time. And also with help, asking for help with the conflict itself, with the resistance, with moving through this situation in the right way for you. That will be fair and just to all involved, okay? I was also called to grab this Magical Dimensions deck today, and I haven't worked with it in a really, really long time. So we will see what comes out of that. Oh, I put the decks on the wrong thing. See what comes out of that. There may be other guides that are wishing to come through with this deck. So that was what I got when I was shuffling all of the other cards. I was told to go get this deck. So, Holy Spirit, are there any other guides that wish to work with the collective, or energies that wish to work with the collective to assist them with this situation? Okay. Are there any other guides or energies, Holy Spirit, that would like to work with the collective to help them through this situation, or to empower them in any way, shape, or form? Okay. I'm hearing two more. Mm. Okay, so doesn't look like any specific guides, but what we do have is throat portal, speak your truth, courage, suppression. Yeah, we've got suppression twice. Okay. And that's a number 40 card, so I'll call out the numbers actually now before I forget. So we've got 29, 30, 40, 7, 10, 5, and 24. These numbers may resonate with some of you in the collective. If they do, just take that as extra confirmation. They may be birth dates, they may be years, they may be months, they may be ages of people, they may be special dates. So take that as extra confirmation. If these numbers do not resonate with you in any way, shape, or form, or bring up any memories, then it doesn't mean that the message is not for you. It just is extra confirmation for those people that it does, okay? All right, so we've got the throat portal, speaking your truth, courage, suppression. So yeah, this is a situation where you're going to need to assert yourself. And so calling on or working with your throat chakra energy is going to be very vital in ensuring that whatever it is that you need to communicate in this situation does come through, again, from a place of being grounded and aligned, making sure that what you express is what you actually mean to express, not coming from a place of raw emotions or from negativity or from hurt, but coming from a place of alignment, coming from integrity, knowing that what you put out there is going to come back to you, and saying everything that you do need to say in regards to the situation, whether it is speaking up about your boundaries or asserting them with a person or a situation, or whether it's the courage to speak your truth. Because all of us have been through so much in the collective, and there are moments in our lives where we eventually need to speak our truth, whether it's through doing a reading like this, or it is through, working with people one on one, or it's just about verbalizing it to somebody, or maybe even just with a therapist, you know, not suppressing these feelings, these emotions any longer, because you are at this breaking point where everything is kind of coming to a head, and you're going to need to assert yourself to some degree. You're going to need the courage and the strength um, in order to stand in your power. I mean, that's been coming through just so strongly that it's going to require you to speak on maybe your experiences or speak on who you are at your core. And that does not mean projecting any pain or projecting anything onto anybody else. That means taking full responsibility for your choices, your own actions. And that does not mean that, you don't forget how other people treated you, or that it's okay in any way, shape, or form. But that is a part of boundaries, right? This is a part of boundaries and loving yourself enough to be able to go back out into the world and understand that you don't ever have to let people disrespect you in any way, shape, or form again, so long as you hold firm on these boundaries and you have the courage to speak your truth. And that means not talking negatively about other people. That means not living in your old story. It does mean, and if you're still, kind of traveling through that, if you're still on like having troubles with that, don't fret, you know? Don't think that because this message is coming through this way that it's not okay to be at that point, because everybody walks the path in their own time and at their own pace. And yeah, that's a part of the process, is that you eventually learn that what you're putting out, what you're communicating, what you're talking about, what you're putting energy into, that comes back to you, right? As we talked about, and it throws you out of alignment. So when we speak our truth, we're speaking our life into existence in essence. So it in itself is a manifestation every time that we speak. So being very choosy about what it is that you want to put out into the universe, what you want to create, is going to be important, and no longer suppressing who your authentic self is, right? And your authentic self was never hurt. Your soul was never hurt. You, the human being, was hurt. But who you are at your core soul frequency can never be touched, can never be hurt, is always made of divine love. And so that's what you're getting back to through this journey, right? So having the courage to no longer suppress who you truly are, not what the stories and what the situations and what the experiences are trying to create to inform you of what you are, because that's the old, right? And you're pivoting out of that into newer situations, into newer timelines and newer frames of reference for yourself. So speaking your future into existence, right? Because we've got oneness as well, which is balance, patience, divine masculine. And we've got manifestation, prosperity, fortune, and pure intention. So these are the energies that are wanting to work with you and support you right now. Because again, this is like I just channeled with this. This is about speaking your future into existence. So being very selective as to what you say, what energy you're putting into it, what energy you're putting into other things, how much of your time and attention you're putting into other things as opposed to what it is that you're wanting to create. And understanding that, and this is like a confirmation of kind of what we were talking about earlier, this oneness, understanding that we're all interconnected. So whatever you put into the universe, whether it's negative thoughts, whether you're speaking on somebody else's name negatively, that's spell work, whether you are investing time and energy into anger or hatred or malicious acts or vindictiveness or whatever it is, that's coming back, right? That's coming back to you. And so, Spirit's really trying to help you at this time to come back to this place of oneness. And that's going to require you to step into your masculine energy at this time. So if you have been working through a lot of emotions, a lot of feelings, a lot of energies to do with the feminine qualities, divine feminine, and we all have masculine and feminine in each of us. But if you've been really working a lot in that healing state or in finding balance or nurturing yourself or working with your inner child, right now or during this period is going to be a time where you're going to need to step more into your divine masculine to ensure that these boundaries, these rules you've set for yourself, the way that you proceed, the clarity of your mind, the action that is needed because you're going to need to take action. The action that is needed is going to generate the best outcome. And that has to do with your ability to um, see the bigger picture. And this is the bigger picture that's being illuminated, is that everything that you're thinking, saying, and doing and acting on is creating your future. And so finding your authentic truth, making sure that you are coming from your authentic truth, from your virtues, from love, while taking action, right? While taking action is going to be creating um, creating this future that you're desiring or not desiring. Because we have the manifestation card here right beside it, and it's prosperity, fortune, pure intention. So it's about your intention. Why are you doing this? You know, why are you reacting in a certain way? Why do you want this for yourself? Why do you want this for others? Why, like questioning the real intention behind it. Is it for fame? Is it for money? Is it for freedom? Is it for what is the real reason behind it? And is that aligned with integrity? That's what's trying to come through. Because however you approach this, um, is really going to determine next, this next period in your life and how it manifests for you. That's the best way I can put it. And so these are energies that are coming through to try and help you to bring in prosperity and fortune, inner peace, balance, patience, um, uh, maybe healing the divine masculine. Maybe you've had some issues around that. Um, so for those of you who have had difficulty in taking action on what it is that you want or following through on things that you truly want, this is an energy that is here to help right now. And so maybe just calling on that energy or calling on the divine director to direct that energy to you, any of these energies, then that's going to be very helpful for you at this time. Oopsies, I just fixed the cards and then I smushed them. Okay, I'm going to have some water and then I'll get a few messages. All right, Isis, do you have um, any messages that you would like to share with the collective? Would benefit the collective? Any positive messages for the collective at this time, Isis? Soul awakening. You are quite irresistible when your mind and heart pulse in the same rhythm. Why spend your days fighting yourself? You have better things to do. Yeah. So again, this is about conflict, right? And chaos and what we're willing to allow and what we're not willing to allow any longer going forward. And so this this probably likely has caused you a lot of internal conflict and getting clear with what you want for yourself for the future and what like enough is enough, drawing the line in the sand, right? This is about a spiritual awakening. And again, you're either going through this right now or this is coming in the future. But it is also the path um, to your manifestation. So you have to go through this like an initiation phase in order for your manifestation to go through, right? And how you proceed with that's going to be very important. So Isis is really um, telling you that you have the capacity to step it up a notch here. You're being given an opportunity, but also support and help behind the scenes to navigate this situation in a way that's going to really be helpful and liberating for you. Okay, then we've got embodiment. Now is the time to make your mark in the world. You decide what feels right to you. Embody your leadership power and create your world out of your deepest desires. Yeah, so again, coming down to this manifestation, this energy, and the fact that this is kind of like an initiation because you've developed some skill sets already that are going to help you navigate the situation. But now, the other thing that Isis is asking you to do is to ensure that whatever it is that you're wishing to manifest, whether it is self-confidence, whether it's a resolution to the situation, whether it's intimacy, whether it's strength, courage, conviction, whatever it is that you want to cultivate into your life, or if it's a physical, tangible reality that you're looking to bring into your life. So maybe you want to live in luxury, or maybe whatever it is for you, to start embodying that, acting as though it is already here, going around pretending, even if that sounds crazy, that you already have that or that you already are that, right? So Isis is encouraging you to, now that, or if you are just getting clear on what it is that you want to create, embody that. Really put all of your time and your focus and your energy instead of on conflict and chaos into living that life, pretending you are that, pretending you're living that already. And that's what's going to really allow the magic to happen, right? In this situation. So that's beautiful. Oh, I got goosebumps. Thank you, Isis. And again, that's something you can call on her to help you with. So these are messages from Isis. I'm just going to move this card underneath her. All right, Divine Director, do you have any positive messages or encouragement that you would like to share with the collective, please? And thank you. Divine Director, do you have any messages, positive messages that you would like to share or provide to the collective, please? And thank you. Thank you. Okay. So we've got forge a new path. When you make new choices, you create new results. Let go of the old patterns and embrace the power of possibility. You are fully supported. So again, this intervention is happening for your highest purpose, for your highest good, right? And so this is the chance to make new opportunities or to make new decisions that are going to lead to these new opportunities. But also, it's a part of you that is needing to be let go of, right? So this may be the final straw or the final, like I'm seeing like a thin line um, thread, a thin thread within you that just needs to be snipped and done, right? So this may be something about patterning within yourself. Um, like some neuro-linguistic programming that needs to be happening or that you've been working on, reprogramming your beliefs, reprogramming your subconscious thoughts, reprogramming how you show up in the world, what you choose to say, what you choose not to say, you know, how you appear, all of these things. So this is about now choosing the path that you want and to show up like that and to let go of anything that is keeping you in the old version of yourself. So it's about elevating yourself, stepping up into a new life or a new timeline, right? This is what I'm really getting from this is like a quantum leap moment for you. And it's a great opportunity to jump timelines. And this is more than one timeline I'm hearing. It's really, you're at a precipice right now where you get to choose who you want to be in the next year. And I am getting very strongly, like all of these cards look like portals, look like they have portals. So I'm getting very strongly that this is to do with this portal energy, right? Deciding deciding who you're going to be in this next year. And this has been coming up a lot lately. So then we've got rejuvenate yourself, know your limits, and allow them to guide you. Limitations can teach you to take better care of yourself. You have full permission to rest and say no. Okay, so double confirmation on no, drawing the line. This could definitely be resonating with the previous messages, confirmation from the divine director about setting boundaries, and that these boundaries may have to do with you specifically, what you give your time to, what you give your energy to, what you give your love to, what you allow yourself to focus on instead of training your focus onto something that's going to benefit you. You know, this means that sometimes as human beings, we're conditioned to think certain ways and operate in certain ways, and focusing your attention and your time onto the positive or what you want to see in your life is what I mean by focusing or training your focus, right? So this is an extra confirmation from the divine director that um, you have to know your own limits. You have to know where the line stands for you, not only with yourself, but first with yourself, so that you can know that with others or within other relationships, right? Or within other dynamics or situations that come forward. If you are not enacting this for yourself out of self respect, or out of like building your own self trust by figuring out where that line is, you'll never have that line with anybody else. Okay? One of a kind. From the moment you emerged into the world, you had extraordinary talents. You understand starlight, animal voices, and all things magical. Okay, so immediately what I'm getting from the divine director on this one is that um, remember who you are. Whew, I just had a shift in energy. Sorry, guys. I just had this really I'm almost feeling emotional. This really peaceful, soft, loving energy moved through me. Um, and my voice wants to change. Remember who you are. You are not like anybody else. You are each each person on this planet is special. Each person on this planet has unique qualities, talents, gifts, abilities. And the point of that is so that we can not necessarily differentiate from one another, but learn how to accept that together as a whole, we all contribute to creating balance on this planet with everybody's unique skill sets and differences. And through that lens of accepting that we can't do it all on our own, it takes, as they say, it takes a village to raise a child properly. And when that chain is broken, when people don't respect the differences between each other, then that creates a lot of confusion, that creates a lot of disharmony. It creates an inability to not only work with a community or work with another, but to co-create with the universe. So everything about you is magical in its sense, in itself. Everything about you is unique. There may be some aspects that you can draw lines, and experiences with other people that are similar, but they're not the same. And so too, your path has not been the same as anybody else's. Your experiences have not been the same as anybody else's. And so it's important to remember that, to remember all of the best qualities and the skill sets and the talents that you possess that can take you into the next phase of your journey, take you into the next phase of your life. And the energy that came through was really this energy of like, I love you. You are divinely supported through this. You are so loved. Like that energy was so nurturing, so loving, that it almost made me cry. And so you've got all of this energy wrapped around you that you may not be able to perceive, you may not be able to see it, you may not be able to sense it, but they are here. Your whole spirit team, your holy ancestors, the angels, the ascended masters, you know, all of these energies are around you, supporting you through this, and to help you raise your own consciousness to understand how or what you were meant to do on this planet, how you will contribute to not only your own legacy and creating your own legacy, but as to what legacy you would like to leave on this planet. How do you want to leave this world? Better off or worse off? Okay, I was called to finish on that channel, so I will move on to some spirit messages. Okay, I guess we got all those three right away. Okay, you are feeling somewhat confused by the events that are unfolding around you and the various seemingly contradictory information that is coming your way. Trust your instincts, do what they are telling you to do, and you will learn a lot about yourself and the direction you want to take, or the direction you want life to take. Yeah, so this is about some of you may be unsure which direction to go into. Maybe you have all of these opportunities. Maybe you have all of these different talents and gifts and abilities, but you're really not sure which one's going to be aligned with you and which one's going to take you where you want to be. And this came up in the previous reading as well, is that this can cause confliction sometimes when you have too many options. And so then again, it's like going into your future timeline, right? Meeting with your future self. walking down what that life would look like, what it would feel like, what would be your responsibilities, where would the balance be? Would there be any balance between your work life, your spiritual life, your home life, your family life, whatever that is for you? Would there be balance? Would it generate the happiness and the outcome that you really want? Like go down the paths into the future, at least up to 5 years, to see where that's going to lead you, right? And that'll help you get out of this confusion and trust that once you've done that, once you've decided which path is going to be uh, the most fruitful for you, trust that that is the right path that you should be on, that that is what you should be exploring with regards to your own talents, gifts, and abilities. Okay, the next card is accept where you are at this moment in time. Only then can you begin to move forward. Be clear about what your intentions, or be clear about your intentions. A lot about being clear about your intentions, right? This makes it easier for us and the universe to help you. Doors will be open unexpectedly. Be ready. Yeah, so again, it's about this manifestation and your intention behind it. So why, when we step into our roles and our positions, it's also important to note that we should never step into them for money or for greed and we all make that mistake, so don't feel bad. Every human being has been programmed to lust and, you know, go after things for the wrong reasons. That's just the way that we've been programmed. However, when you shift that into the right reasons, like how much value can I add to the world? What kind of legacy do I want to leave behind? What imprint do I want to leave behind on the planet or the people? How many people can I serve today? How many people can I help? When we go into our direction with that in mind instead of the money will show up and generally very abundantly. But if we put our focus on the wrong things, then it does not open these doors. It does not help us to get forward in life or to get to what we envision, right? To get that life. So Spirit's asking you to really accept where you are and be very happy and content with what you do have, even if it's you're living in a car and at least you have another set of clothing or you have um, uh, like seats to sleep in at the end of the day or shelter from the rain. Whatever it is that you have, be content with that, be happy with that, be grateful for what you have currently and show that gratitude back to the world and put your energy and your focus into what you want the end result to be like rather than putting your energy into the stress or the I'm not sure how I'm going to make this work or how I'm going to get from point A to point B or um maybe the money aspect or whatever it is for you, a level of gratitude and just envisioning the end result once you've figured out which direction to go into is going to help pull it all together, right? If it is meant to be, it will be. You won't have to force, convince, or worry over it. Let it flow, let it be, and let it come to you. You're attracting everything you need. Trust the timing of your life. Yeah, and that's part of letting go, right? That's part of letting go of resistance and letting go of the old is that we've been trained to think that we have to work really hard for what it is that we want. And yes, sometimes we need to step in this divine masculine aspect of ourselves and take action on things, but it's about how we align our energy with that action. So if we are in alignment, then the actions that we take us 100 times further, and we get 100 times more done than if we are out of alignment energetically, spiritually, physically, mentally, and emotionally. It's on all levels, right? Holistically. Um, so if we're out of alignment, then we need to work harder to achieve what it is that we want. And so it's super important to stay in that alignment when you're taking action because it's called aligned action. And then you get way more done, or you get the results faster, or it's so much easier with little effort or less effort than is required by constantly putting in more and more energy and chasing. And this is like an energy, right? Chasing your dream, going after it, putting lots of time and effort into it. It doesn't work like that. It's about being aligned so that you can attract what it is that you want. And so that the energy that you do put in is minimal. You don't need to put in so much energy or effort. And you have to realize how that works also, because the more you push for something, the more resistance you cause to that thing coming in. So it's really about balancing the give and take by like giving and receiving from the universe. By aligning your energy, by aligning your actions, by putting in the work while you are aligned also, so that you get more in return or you get back what you put in. Maybe that's more fair to say. That's equity and fairness in itself. So, need some water here. Yeah. So, it's not necessarily about how much work you put into something. It's about how aligned you are when you're putting the work into it. And this is about your new manifestations, right? Anything that you're wishing to manifest. How aligned are you when you are putting work into it? Because that alignment is what will either bring in and attract quickly, or it will suppress and create tension and resistance, which means in your mind, you'll think that you'll need to work harder for it when you don't. Okay, so can we get a few angel messages, Holy Spirit, angels, to close off this reading? Okay, thank you. So we've got 2323, endless cycles, charisma, communication, society, movement, journey, receptive, circumstances, and patterns. Yeah. There's some truth There's some truth you're resistant to accept over and over again until you're tired, breaking point, and restrained beyond depression. It takes a decision to live life for yourself. Life is all about passion. Then you make a change, and the world around you follows. Yeah, so this is talking about this cycle, right? Who are you living for? Who are you making these decisions for? I mean, if there's children involved, of course you have to make the best and right decisions for all parties involved. But if you're refusing to accept that it's you who's holding you back from stepping into or embodying this higher version of yourself, or bringing a close to situations, or speaking your truth, or taking aligned purposeful action, right? If you're refusing to see either the cycle itself, or that you are the one who is perpetuating the cycle, then that's going to make it really difficult to move forward. And and especially given this situation here where there may be a message that comes through, or the truth or information about a situation that might be hard to hear, there is a cycle here. And this cycle resides within you. Nobody else needs to be involved in what we decide is right or true for ourselves, or what what boundaries or energy we give to certain situations or what boundaries we put in place for ourselves, that's all on us. That's all on us. Other people are going to do what other people are going to do, but we can choose whether we're going to participate in that or not. And again, this could be mentally, this could be verbally, it could be physically, it could be emotionally. It's different for each of you. So part of this message is to reveal the cycle, but also to put a stop to the cycle because it's you who is preventing your own blessings from coming forward in some way, shape, or form. Again, don't shoot the messenger. This is just what the angels are trying to eliminate here. All right, then we've got 2121 energy levels, prosperity, harmony, journey, waiting, discipline, exaggeration, the opposite sex. That day you're waiting for will come. Maintain discipline. You're getting closer to your end goal. There's no need to overextend yourself. Guard your energy to remain focused. It will pay off. It's a climb, not an elevator ride. Trust in you. Yeah, so this is coming back to this like slow it down. Um, ensure that what you're doing is what you want to be doing. Ensure that what steps you're taking is going to result or, result in the end situation that you want it to. Take care of yourself. Use your boundaries. Like boundaries are in place for self-care, for whatever you need to put them in place for. But like maybe you need more sleep, maybe you need more rest, maybe you need more time to contemplate certain situations, maybe you need downtime to become clear in your mind, or whatever you need. The angels are coming through and saying, like, watch your energy levels, slow down, and make these micro shifts within yourself, right? All of these micro shifts, all of these like maintaining your discipline and your focus, especially I heard, maintaining your discipline in your focus is going to be pivotal as you move through the situation and step into a new timeline. So, yeah, discipline and focus are going to be some of the biggest asks that you're going to have to give to yourself at this time. Okay, and we'll get one more angel message and then we're going to close off this session. Holy cow, this was a really long message. Okay. All right, that one. Okay, then we have angel number 1331, good fortune. Advice, comfort, major change, individuality, independence. Have faith in your skills and talents as they are a tool that can provide you with a bright future. A piece of good advice, a moment of enlightenment, or a comforting message is on its way. Everything will work out in your favor. Excellent. Yeah, so that's really tying into this manifestation energy, right? So something good is just around the corner, but you've got to believe it too. You've got to speak it into existence. You've got to generate this energy from within in order for it to come out, in order for it to rearrange, for the universe and for reality to rearrange itself to suit your desires, your wants, your needs, your whatever it is, your truth. So I'm going to leave it here. Hopefully that resonated with you. If it did, feel free to drop a comment, but please do leave a thumbs up. Smash that subscribe button if you're new here. And yeah, the support definitely does help my channel. It does help the channel to grow, to be spread to other people. That algorithm thing, it does show it to other people. So yeah, if you're new here, again, feel free to join our beautiful community of light. For those of you who are returning, I just want to say thank you so much. Thank you for the energy exchange. I appreciate each and every single one of you each time that you do show up. So sending much love to each of you. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope you are well prepared for the Lionsgate portal. I wish you all well. See you next time.